Tell you what, I don't want to make this a 12-rounder. That's only for championship fights. And I do want to make it YouTuber's Digest length. So I'll give shorter shrift than I'd like to a couple of loose ends here, and hope you'll pretty please go read my counterblast for tobacco at firstmap.googlepages.com to supplement the first one. And said first one is that the medication of choice for my condition does have benefits, psychopharmacological ones as it happens, because nicotine boosts norepinephrine levels, and that neurotransmitter is important to the neurochemistry of both learning and memory and of depression, as discussed in the counterblast at perhaps greater length than contemporary attention spans would like it to be. And the evidence for the benefits is real, not just statistical skullduggery. For now, though, let it go at noticing that the involvement with the neurochemistry of pleasure, which set the Puritans against us 400 years ago, isn't the only benefit. Besides, if you don't read the paper, you won't know the backstory to the counterblast term. The other loose end is this addiction business. Now, addiction is a very loaded term. Clearly, calling it a dependency, as I prefer to, doesn't satisfy the anti-smoking bigots, aka Nico-Nazis. Nowhere near negative enough connotations. But to be able to apply the loaded label, it did take changing the definition of addiction from what had prevailed for something like 60 years, when the target was hard drugs only. They had to remove habituation, which is to say needing ever-increasing doses, criminal behavior, as in stealing to support your habit, and fatal withdrawal symptoms, so that they could start calling us addicts with a straight face and a straight lace. Fortunately for you, I haven't written this one up, so you don't have to feel guilty about not reading me about it. Matter of fact, I don't even remember where I found the old definition, but I am quite confident the 3 cited removals occurred, and maybe others, apparently at some point in the 90s. Resisting the temptation to tell the amusing story of how I came to call myself a semantic Puritan then, as a good semantic Puritan, I'll let it go at urging you to try to think of my main persecuted minority as nicotine-dependent people, not as evil, vice-ridden addicts. It's a lot more accurate, honest. And that should do it for round 10. Not a big finish, but cheer up. And or brace yourselves once again. There's an aftermath a-comin'. Anticipatory cheers.